Good evening here at Dr. Paul S. Hill Junior Stadium on the campus of Thornton Academy. I'm Zach Durango here with Josh Pulsifer on TATV, bringing you girls varsity soccer action between the home team, the Thornton Academy Golden Trojans, and the away team, the Biddeford Tigers, in a Battle of the Bridge matchup. Today, TA comes in 3-1 with 3 straight wins against South Portland, Kennebunk, and then Bonnie Eagle last week. Biddeford comes in 1-3. They've lost their last two by large margins to Gorham and Portland, both Gorham 8-0 and Portland 9-0. It should be a good Battle of the Bridge here as the sun is going down. It's going to be an exciting one. Josh, we talked about this earlier, that TA it does have some injuries right now, so they do have a couple of JV players who are swinging up to either play in this game or just be on the sidelines, but TA hoping to pull away with a nice win. What do you expect from this game between the two teams?
Well, for Thornton Academy, Zach, they've been on quite the streak now with goals. They had a great come-from-behind victory in their last matchup at Bonnie Eagle. They won 4-3. They were actually down 3-1 in that contest, Zach, in the second half, and they were able to come all the way back and win it 4-3. So the theme for TA this year seems to be their offense. They're a very high-scoring team, perhaps one of the highest-scoring teams in the SMAA. So we're going to see tonight against, again, a younger Biddeford team if TA can replicate that early season success they had. But you've nailed it here, Zach, where they do have some injuries. They do have some players out tonight. So it'll be interesting to test not only just the varsity depth here, but also the program's depth, as they've had to bring up some players from the JV squad for tonight's matchup.
Definitely. You see the starting lineup now. Ava Lomax in goal. Charlotte Belanger starting in the midfield. Ayla Littlefield, number 3, starting on defense. Number 5, Annabelle Fournier on defense. Number 4, Renee Gonville as a forward. Hadley Start in the midfield. Quincy Tebalt and Yabasera Rich both on offense as well. You see Kaylee Corvu on offense. And you see Madison Ayers and Emily Coleman as well. So not a very different lineup for TA, but a few subs starting today in place of Jowett and Dow, who are not playing in this one. And before we get into any more stats, we'll take a break and give it over to the speakers here for the national anthem. We are ready to go here from Hill Stadium. Want to thank our sponsors here this fall season on TATV. They have not changed since yesterday, but we'll let you know again. That is Packwell and Carroll Insurance, Saco Biddeford Savings, and the Webb Family Law Firm, who is hosting our pregame show that we are currently on right now, and then our halftime show and postgame show later in this game. We talked about TA a little bit in the first 4 games of the season. Both Hadley Starter and Quincy Tebow had 4 goals. Belanger, Rich, and Jowett had 2 goals each. TA is averaging 3.5 goals per game and only allowing 1.3 goals per game. And goalie Ava Lomax had 2 clean sheets before that tough game versus Bonnie Eagle, which they were able to win as well. So Lomax has done a great job in net for TA. On the opposite side, Biddeford's last 2 games not so great. They have allowed a lot of goals, 17 goals in the last 2 games. but have scored a decent amount. Abby Buffard leads Biddeford with 5 goals this season, and Sarah Labby has the other 3. So those are the 2 players to watch for Biddeford today. Biddeford's looking for a big bounce-back game today, Josh, to get back into this one. TA looking for that 4th win of the season and trying to get back to the playoffs. If you do remember, TA last year had a very surprising and exciting upset win at Scarborough in the playoffs, but then unfortunately lost to, I believe, the Wyndham Eagles. So looking to get back in the playoffs here as the game gets going.
In a rivalry matchup like this too, Zach, sometimes you just throw out the records. I'm sure the girls are excited to be playing Biddeford. It seemed to be the consensus in the hallways this week at school was this was a first real big matchup here for the girls team against their rivals from across the bridge this year.
Yeah, the Battle of the Bridge hasn't been as prominent in some of the other sports like football in the last few seasons, but for a sport like soccer, it definitely is. Biddeford is coming out, trying to come up with some energy in this game. As that first shot by Charlotte Belanger was just wide. It'll be a goal kick for Sarah Parks, the junior keeper for Biddeford. Gonville has it and gives it inside to Stoddard. Now playing a little up top. Stoddard cuts back and decides to give it to T-Ball. T-Ball, nice move. T-Ball's going to take a shot, and Parks makes the save. So Parks active early in her net for Biddeford. 2 40-minute halves here from Hill Stadium. Here's Coleman. Finds the pass through to T-Ball. Looks like T-Ball has switched with Stoddard today, so Stoddard, who usually plays a midfield position, is playing on offense, and T-Ball's playing in the midfield. Gonville, that was a little short on that through ball pass. It went out of bounds. It'll be a tip off of Gonville and throw in for Biddeford. We've talked about this before on the air that every goal in every game matters. It does affect the heel point standing, so it's not just who you win and who they play. It's also how much you can win by. So goals forward and goals against do matter. So both teams are going to get as many goals as they can today. As Stoddard throws a shot, a nice save there by Parks on to the far post, and it bounces off and picked up on the far side by Hannah Smith for Biddeford. Then it'll bounce out of bounds and be a throw-in for the Tigers.
Yeah, TA doing a good job already, Zach, creating some offense here. Several good chances already early in this contest, or just about 2 minutes into it the evening. But again, TA, I think, is going to, like you said, Zach, they're going to keep trying to just keep this offensive streak going here. And, it is interesting in TA that in a SMA soccer here in Maine that, as you said, the goals for does count in the final standings for tiebreaker purposes. So it kind of does emphasize for teams to just keep scoring.
Definitely. Here is Stoddard. Stoddard couldn't get through there on that one, and Gonville's shot is wide of the goal, so it'll be a goal kick for Parks. And for a little reference here of who TA seems to be missing today, it looks like TA is without Ashley Howd, a junior midfielder and defender, and without their backup keeper, Emma Barnes, as well. And again, as we said before, no Elle Jowett, who is one of TA's important strikers up top, and Jessica Dow, who hasn't played a game this season for the Trojans. She was an impact player last year for TA in their short playoff run. So see if she can get back into play at sometime this season. The cross comes in, headed away, and now Biddeford with a chance to break out. That one just couldn't get the tap down on it. Biddeford still has it. So it goes by Teresa Latendre. T-Balt's long shot is wide of the post. Was close, but tried to put one on net. T with all the chances so far, but a pretty calm and relaxed game so far by both teams. Parks kick ends up with Madison Ayers. Ayers, this one's taken away by Grace Tardif. Here's Tardif trying to cut back. Bounces out of bounds off of her heel. Ayers with a quick throw into Gonville. And now Gonville has some space to work as T-Ball's looking for an overlapping run. Goes inside to Stoddard. Stoddard now looking for another run to play through. Stoddard gives it to Charlotte Belanger. Belanger turns and tries a shot. A nice save by Parks there, but Rich was there on the rebound. It goes off of the yellow upright, and it'll be called out of bounds. Good chance there. A nice shot by Belanger. Biddeford was in the area on defense, but wasn't really stepping to the ball. Good save by Parks. She has 3 saves already. But this game is still 0-0 as we are just about 5 minutes in.
That's a good opportunity for Sarah Rich there. But again, those balls on those rebounds sometimes, Zach, are just so hard to corral there. So again, it was a good shot attempt, but just a bit too high on the chip shot by Rich.
This one picked up by Rich quickly. Rich going to try a long shot, and Parks can make an easy save there. Parks punts the ball away. Ayers got a nice touch on it. Then off the knee of Chloe Cataret. This one's bouncing on the far side. Mackenzie Parent looking for it. Here's Stoddard. Stoddard trying to send through Gonville. That was a nice through ball, but Parks came out, and Gonville's run was a little too far out wide. Parks punts away. This one had some spin on it. Ayers gets a touch. Gonville off her leg. Gonville just put one inside. Stoddard's going to get to it first. Stoddard now on the outside by herself. One-on-one with Brooke Gerard. Stoddard's cross goes into the box. It's bouncing there. Rich trying to get a piece of it. It got blocked, and she scores. So Rich will be credited with the goal. It unfortunately bounced off a few Biddeford legs. Not much you can do there. Somewhat of a lucky bounce goal for the Trojans as they do a little celebration there. And a good first goal. That one will be credited to number 17, Sarah Rich, her 3rd of the season for the Trojans.
Yeah, sometimes you just get the lucky bounce there. That's what Rich got there. Again, she wasn't necessarily ready for that, but she was on the far corner post, just ready to go, just in case there was a rebound. Again, the ball kind of just trickled to her. Simple shot, simple result, Zach. 1-0 TA early in this contest.
Tia has the ball again already.
And if you're TA and Coach Charlin, certainly grabbing the early lead is ideal, especially with the multiple starters and just bench and role players not available tonight. Again, be nice for TA if they can, get a few early ones here in the first half in order to take the pressure off these newer players who may be forced into some different roles tonight, as we're already seeing some players being shifted around by Coach Charlin on the pitch.
It'll be a free kick for Biddeford. Hit by Ayla Littlefield on the far side. This one taken down by Belanger off her leg. Belanger is pressured on by Kaylee Hammond. Ayers taken away and sent back, but blocked down by Fournier, who's done a great job so far this year on defense. Belanger trying to switch the field on the point of attack. A beautiful ball to Rich. Rich now trying to cut inside. Her shot is blocked. Really nice pass there from Belanger. Now Rich again with a nice shot, and Parks makes a nice save.
Yep, good job by Rich there to create her own offense. Had several attempts, got blocked on the first, gathered herself, fired another good one in with that left foot. She's got one of the best left foots, I'd say, Zach, in the SMAA. Again, just a powerful scorer from both sides of the field.
Here is T-Balt. T-Balt will take a long shot herself. That one got blocked off the back of Gabby Smith. And it'll go out to a Biddeford player on the far side of the field. And now here comes Biddeford for the first time in this game. Parent tried to get it to Tardif. Here comes Belanger. Belanger now with speed, slows down, and now going to try to take it by herself. Puts a cross on into the box, and Gonville has it. Gonville trying to turn it, put a shot on, and a nice save there by Parks. Parks doing a really good job at net today for the Tigers. That ball will stay in bounds. Ayers, good cut move. Ayers going to try to put one inside the box. No one is there. And now here's Parent. Belanger's shot is blocked by Stoddard. Now T-Ball with a chance. T-Ball, good cut move. T-Ball with some space. Turning and puts a shot on, and Parks makes another save. Parks with a lot of saves in the first few minutes.
Yeah, she's absolutely been the most active player on the pitch tonight for either squad. But again, she's been tested early, and again, Biddeford's defense has got to do something to take that pressure off of Parks because, again, this is not sustainable long term over an 80-minute affair.
In midfield, T-ball gives it back to Littlefield. Littlefield missed a few games, didn't play a lot of minutes in the first few games of the season for the Trojans, now starting again, so good for TA. Ayers switching the field to Rich, and Rich has some time. Belanger going for a long ball. She switches the field to Gonville, and good block down by Brooke Girard. Here is Ayers, defended by Theresa Latendre. That ball sent all the way through. Parks is able to easily pick it up for Biddeford.
Okay, we do want to thank everyone for joining us tonight on our live stream here from Dr. Paula Sill Jr. Stadium here on the campus of Thornton Academy in Saco, Maine. If you're watching at home, whether you're watching us on facebook.com/Thornton Academy, youtube.com/Thornton Academy, or perhaps you're watching us on the Boxcast app or even on Twitter. Again, thank you for joining us, and certainly feel free to let us know where you're watching from in the comments or who you're rooting for. We definitely love to hear from all of our TATV viewers from around the globe, and we've had some great viewership statistics already this semester, Zach.
Yeah, definitely, and that last football game we had over, I think, maybe not over, but around 1,000 viewers at one point in that football game from really all over the country and the world. We had a lot of viewers from Mexico for some of our players like JP Baez and Carlos Ebeli on the football team. So it was a really good broadcast. And also, a little note, that was our first ever student-only commentary on a game before. Both me and Cole had done that game together, and we hadn't really done a football game before that time. And then even before that, we talked about this before, Munsing Media had all the football games for about 10 or so years. So it was really fun to do that with Cole, and we're doing it again this weekend for the game versus Bedford, New Hampshire is coming up on Saturday at 1:30. So I have that game here on TATV.
Oh, that went right in, Zach.
Are they going to say? I don't know if they're going to.
I don't know if they're going to call that. I don't think they are.
They're going to say offsides,
yeah,
maybe.
Yeah.
Yep. So almost another goal there for the Trojans.
I know, Zach, that you were giving. Let this happen here. Oh, there's a goal, Zach.
Nice.
That
goal.
one's going to count.
Nice goal there from Hadley Stoddard, which is her 5th of the season. And another mistake there by Biddeford allows TA to grab another goal for the Trojans. And TA now goes up 2-0 on the Tigers. Parks is having a great day, but unfortunately just did not work out for the Tigers. And TA has extended their lead. We're still only only 12 minutes into the game, 28 minutes to go in the first half. Here's Tardif for the Tigers. Here's Stoddard. Gonna go back to Ayers. So it goes all the way back to Lomax. Lomax clears to Corvu. And Corvu now going to try to switch the point of attack. This one's blocked down by Hannah Smith. And now here come the Trojans, but this one's taken away by Littlefield. And now to Stoddard. Stoddard looking for a pass. Ends up with T-Balt. T-Balt now with speed. Here comes Quincy T-Balt. T-Balt now looking maybe to wind up and take a shot. She'll try to move through the defender. She does, but now she's off on the side of the field. T-Balt gonna look for a cross. She puts one in. Parks got a piece of it. There is Belanger. Belanger couldn't get a shot off there. Here's Stoddard. Stoddard's gonna take a shot. That one's blocked. And then Biddeford clears the way back to TA's defense.
Yeah, good job by T-Balt putting the pressure on Parks and Biddeford's defense there. But again, good job by Biddeford holding the ground. That'll be a throw-in for Biddeford here. Again, a little bit of a, Zach, I'd say this is our first real feel of fall for the TATV broadcast. It's going to be a crisp night. You can kind of feel that cold air already coming in here to Hills Stadium. The overnight low, Zach, I believe I saw, I don't know if I want to scare you or not with this, but it's going to be about 37 tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. I know. I'm just the messenger. I'm just the messenger.
And that is just, it's so crazy. Like, we're only a few weeks into September, and it's already this cold. I feel like that usually is supposed to happen October, November, but
we're only a few weeks away from October. I mean, it's crazy to believe, but I think for our next broadcast, though, we've been really lucky with our broadcast schedule weather-wise this year. So tonight's a perfect fall night, and Saturday looks like it's gonna be 65 and sunny for our next football broadcast.
That'll be nice.
So I think we're lining up very nicely, though. The camera equipment is very happy with us right now.
Here is Belanger to Rich. Rich stepping inside, trying to get a shot off. She got hit there. Here's T-Balt. T-Balt turning, and her shot is wide. Couldn't get enough of a turn there on that shot. And we see our first sub come in. Brianna Arsenal will take off Renee Gonville for the Trojans. Tina feeling a little more comfortable to put some subs in, up 2-0 over Biddeford. This one blocked down. Here's number 21. That is Parent.
Collision there, but play on.
Tardif. It got taken away. It'll end up out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Brooke Gerard. Even if the weather does get a little bit colder here as the night goes on, by the time it's cold, I'll be inside watching Thursday Night Football.
Oh, boy, there it is.
I am fortunate enough to have Amazon Prime Video, so...
That's going to be a really interesting broadcast night from a broadcaster's perspective.
Yeah, so I heard it was Al Michaels, and I can't remember the guy's name off the top of my head. I know, like, a good broadcast team for Amazon Prime, obviously, who just bought the rights to Thursday Night Football for the rest of the season, and they wanted to get a good team. And if you didn't know, Al Michaels, I believe is retiring soon. I think he announced this might be his last year of broadcasting for football. I'm not sure if that's the truth, but. You know, it should be a good one, and obviously a great game between the Chiefs and the Chargers. So I'm excited for some football tonight, and you know, hopefully TA can march away with a nice win here. So it'll be a double good night for me.
We got first fall night weather, check. Yeah. We've got hopefully a good TA win here, check. And hopefully a good new broadcast presentation for us broadcasters to get excited about tonight, Zach. Yep.
And I mean, that's definitely. The whole move to Amazon Prime has definitely had some mixed reviews. We've seen that, and it's one of the things we talked about this week on Trojan Talk. Quick plug there. Trojan Talk should be coming out sometime either tomorrow or Saturday, our second episode of the year. But back to my point, you know, it's for some people who have Amazon Prime, they're excited, but the people who usually just watch those games on cable are like, what am I going to do now? I don't get to watch Thursday Night Football anymore. So.
And to let this play finish up here. There we go by Biddeford clearing it out, but. Our guests this week on Trojan Talk are TA girls soccer players, Renee Gonville and Emily Coleman.
So it was nice to have them on for an interview. Again, that should be posted sometime.
I think we're dropping it tomorrow morning.
I believe so, yes. It's been hard. We've had the last couple, this week and last week, we've planned to try to have those episodes edited and published out the day or after, or even the same day, but just had so much going on with all the sports and a lot of stuff going on at TA, so we'll get that one out to you tomorrow as we see 3 subs checking on. 3, I believe, three players who are all swinging up today for the Trojans. That is Trinity Hall, Adeline Sidnor, and Emil Probis. How would you pronounce that last name?
Oh, geez, you're gonna put me on the spot here.
I bless you.
I always wonder how they do that on TV too. The producers must have a very quick thumb when someone's about to sneeze. So
they should.
Excuse me.
Is it Probst? I just don't want to butcher that name. As there's a long shot by Belanger that just went right over the crossbar. What's your guess?
Well, now you've got me looking at the roster and not the game actions.
Oh, jeez.
Now I just misstabbed.
Right. Well, I will.
We're wearing many hats here at
We
TATV. I'm doing camera, computer, announcing, and stats at once.
I'll definitely try to figure that one out, and at halftime maybe I'll go down.
We'll go down and check with the coaches. Yeah.
Just because I'd rather ask and know for the future than butcher that name all night and feel bad for the player. But right now inside is Hall for the Trojans, trying to get a shot off. That's going to go out of bounds, and it'll be, looks like a goal kick, for Biddeford. Oh, actually, they're going to call it a corner.
I think it's a corner, yeah.
Yep.
I was going to say, yep.
They're going to let Belanger take it.
Yep, great opportunity here for TA.
TA has scored 2 goals off corner kicks this year. That one's in the box, looking for a shot. Stoddard puts one on and hit the crossbar. Stoddard was looking for a second, and that one, chip shot just over the net by number 11 for the Trojans.
Yeah, great opportunity for TA there. Just hit the crossbar, but again, TA keeping that pressure on. This very much sustained pressure here over the first 10 minutes of our first half.
Goes right to Hall. Hall kicks that out of bounds off her foot. One of the things that TA is doing right now that's really helping them take advantage of this game is winning every free kick, goal kick, and throw-in that Biddeford has really, almost all of them that Biddeford has had today. And that gives them possession back and usually good positioning on the field as well. As here's Hall on the close side. Hall cutting back and going to put a cross on. It goes to Belanger. Belanger trying to put turning shot on. That was just wide of the post. And we are just under 20 minutes as we see Sarah Labby for the first time in this game for the Tigers. One thing you might also see is some small soccer players around the outside of the field. The TA got some very young girls soccer players from the soccer community to come and be the ball girls for the game, which is pretty cool for the game here, because sometimes when you don't have a ball girls or ball boys for these games, the balls go way off the field and they have to go run for it. So speeds the game up, allows for more soccer action.
It's a good community building exercise too for the TA soccer programs as well. I actually remember I did that when I was a kid.
I did it too a couple of times.
And I remember that clear as day. The one game I got to do it at the old Dr. Paulus Hill Junior Stadium here when we still had grass, and a very memorable experience. So again, it's a great way to build those community connections between Thornton Academy and all of the junior programs here in the great city of Saco.
Here's the throw in. Went off the foot of Arsenal, so it'll be a throw-in for Biddeford. 17:45 to go in the first half. See the shots right now. TA 18, Biddeford with 1. And 8 saves for the Biddeford keeper, Parks. So really good game from Parks so far, as both goals were just unlucky plays. Really not much that you're going to be able to do. Errors, fines. T-Balt. T-Balt now going to look for a through ball pass. Going to look to switch the field. Instead gets a short pass to Corvu, then back to T-Balt. T-Balt is checked, and that'll be a foul call on number 19. That's Ella Burnell. So a free kick opportunity here for So they're going to let T-Ball take it. Belanger has had a few free kick opportunities in the last few games. They let T-Ball have one. Players line up outside the 18. T-Ball takes a shot and a save, and it hit.
It hit the crossbar. It's gonna be a corner for TA.
Yeah, it hit the football bar.
Crossbar,
and
yes.
then actually, so here, I think this is what I saw, is that it went off her hand
Yes.
and then hit the bar.
Correct.
And the football bar is considered out, so that means it's a corner.
That's a perfect diagnosis.
Okay, right. I just want to make sure, because sometimes it's really hard. Like, the ball is going so fast, you don't see which bar it hits. You might be a little confused. So it went off her hand, hit the bar. That's why it's a corner.
And a short corner now by TA.
Here's Stoddard. Goes back to Belanger. Belanger shoots in too high. Really good opportunity there, but just put too much behind that shot. And it'll be a goal kick for Parks with 16 minutes to go in the first half. TA 20 shots. 20 shots already. That is a crazy number. I believe that is counting shots that aren't on goal. So on goal shots are probably a little bit less, but still a lot of shots from TA here in the first half.
Yes, the sustained pressure by TA has been, really something to watch here over the first 25 minutes of this contest. And I'm not sure if it's sustainable throughout the entire game, but TA does not show any signs of slowing down right now.
Here is Gerard. Labby's pass is blocked by Corvu. That long throw by Labby is blocked off of a TA. Looks like it's gonna be off a Biddeford player, so it'll be a throw in for Littlefield and put it right over the head of Labby. Here's Gonville looking inside. Here's Arsenal. Arsenal going back to Gonville, but Gonville didn't know was going back to her, so she didn't finish the run. So the ball will go out of bounds. Good opportunity for TA, but just did not work out the way they wanted it to.
Yep, just a little miscommunication there by TA. But again, like you said, Zach, really creative playmaking there by the Trojans.
Here's Labby trying to switch the field, blocked down by number 15 ads, Adeline Sidnor.
And there is a second ball on the field right now. Someone needs to clean that up.
I think the ball went out of bounds anyways, so it ends up being not that much of a problem. But it'll be a goal kick for Biddeford. This one's sent right to Arsenal, and it goes off her head, and then Biddeford gets another kick out. This one clear to back away to at the 40-yard line. And here comes Tardif for Biddeford. Tardif trying to run through her touch, but unfortunately ends up back at midfield. Here on the far side is Hannah Smith. Fournier tries to stop Smith. Here's Stoddard now. Stoddard looking for someone to make a run for the pass. This one ends up with Trinity Hall on the far side. Hall trying to put a cross on, and it just didn't make it to in front of the goal, went out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for Sarah Parks. T-ball will look to check back in after the goal kick. Parks goes right to Trinity Hall. Good job there by Gabby Smith. That's a long shot by, that was, I believe, Charlotte Belanger, but it was just wide, and here come the subs. Ayer is going to check on as well. So Stoddard and Corver will check off. TA going to move back to 4 on defense. They're running somewhat of a 3-person defense. That kick is going towards out of bounds. Littlefield kept it in. Fighting for, here's T-Balt. T-Balt could move. Lets Belanger take it and gives it back to T-Balt. T-Balt the shot here, and it's just wide. They've gotten a lot of opportunities here in the first half on some shots. They've been wide, but still that you talked about before. That sustained pressure is really helping TA get these continuous chances, and that's how those two first goals ended up happening. It's just the pressure ended up boiling over, and TA got some good opportunities, and we'll see how many more they could get here with just under 12 to go in the first half.
It's been really encouraging, too, to see from Thornton Academy's perspective that Biddeford really hasn't been able to set up at all in their own offensive zone. TA has just completely controlled the possession in this contest. Besides a few quick breakaways there for Biddeford, TA was able to thwart those through balls very quickly. So, again, if you're Coach Charland, you've got to be very pleased right now with the team's overall defensive effort thus far in the first half.
Definitely. Here's Ayers. It's cleared away to Tardif. Tardif now turning, and Tardif put a shoulder into the back of I believe that was Sidnor, but it works out as Tia was able to recover on that play. Here's Hall trying to turn with Gabby Smith there. Here's Ayers. Ayers finds Belanger, who's played the entire game so far. Belanger trying to go one-on-one with Gabby Smith. Good move by Belanger, and she's got the space in the far side, cuts back, looking for a pass. She'll let it go back to T-Balt. T-Balt on the far side, looking for a cross. Trying to cut back, nice move by T-Balt. T-Balt puts one in, and it's kicked away by Gerard. Here's Littlefield trying to put one back in the box off of a shoulder. Now Belanger with a chance, shoots off the crossbar. The second crossbar in the first half. Really good opportunity there for Belanger. Just put a little too high at the crossbar. They have it again. Here's Belanger putting a shot on. Enters into the box. Gonville was there. The rebound. Gonville is just wide. She hit it with her left foot, and it curved and just missed the far post. Really good opportunity there. I didn't even see Gonville coming in on that run. I thought Belanger taking a shot, almost scored for Gonville, the senior, but it'll be a goal kick for Biddeford.
Seems like TA's luck right now seems to be we're scoring the hard shots, but we're missing our more open shots. So, again, just a tough break there for Gonville. Great through ball, like you said, by Belanger. Again, found a streaking Gonville to the back corner post. But, again, Gonville just had a tough time there with the left foot trying to curl that one home.
One thing we're seeing in this game is I have not seen Abby Bouffard on the field today for the Tigers, who is Biddeford's leading scorer, number 11. So not...
I do not see her number on the bench either, Zach, so perhaps she's one of the players down here wearing a black jacket, but that is a little surprising development.
Things you see in a game sometimes. Very important to see. Gonville was fighting for that one, kicked out of bounds by Gerard. It'll be a throw-in for the Trojans as two subs come on, Stoddard and Rich. Two starters heading back on the field. Looks like Arsenal and Hall will check off with some good showings and performances by two young players for TA. Inside the box, Biddeford trying to clear away. They get it out, but it goes right to a TA player. Here's Rich now. Rich, good defense there by Mackenzie Parent. Here's Rich. Rich trying to cut back. Rich, good move, but that touch was a little bit out of her reach. Here comes Biddeford, but stopped by Littlefield quickly. Any offensive opportunities have just been taken away very quick for Biddeford. And here comes Tardif. Tardif now with some speed. Tardif going to go one-on-one with Fournier. Tardif's going to go right by her. Here comes Tardif. Tardif with a chance at a shot, and a nice save there by Lomax. Lomax with a great save. Came out of her box. And a chance for Biddeford to get back in this game is stopped by TA star goalie Ava Lomax. And the crazy thing is that some of these games she, TA's won, with flying colors, and she gets a clean sheet and doesn't give up any goals. But she makes saves like that. Like the 1 or 2 saves in a game that you need to make, she makes, and that's why she started last year as a freshman. She's starting this year as a sophomore. She's such a crucial part of this team for TA. That cross right in the box, headed away, and now here comes T-ball with it now, and they're now going to try to take away. T-ball going to try to send Rich on a through ball. It is perfect, but it keeps it in bounds. It looked like it might have gone out of bounds. Here's Rich. Rich going one-on-one, cutting inside. Rich putting a shot on. Rich shoots and scores. Beautiful shot by Sarah Rich, her second of the game. Really good job one-on-one. Just cut inside, and that left-footed shot to the close post for her. And a beautiful goal for the Trojans. It is 3-0 with 6:23 to go in the first half.
Yeah, when we called the TA victory last Thursday, actually, a week from today, Rich has, again, several great goals from that side of the field with that left foot. And, again, she's just right back in the action here tonight as well. Again, that's just a devastating shot. That's very tough for any opponent to stop. And, again, she has a very great offensive skill set. And, again, it's going to be really tough for, like, as we said, any team here in Class A to stop her this year. And it's what makes TA one of the more different and more dangerous teams, I would say, in all of Class A, is their offensive prowess that they're, again, showcasing tonight.
Rich will take a seat on the bench. I'm not sure why. Seems to be okay. So Arsenal will check on for her.
Get back to your Lomax information you were saying before the goal there, Zach. Again, for a goalie like Lomax, too, again, TA really controlling possession here in this contest. It would be easy for her to kind of fall asleep, so to speak, back there and be a little bit, rusty, so to speak. But, again, great awareness by her to really come out of her box there, challenge the Biddeford player, and really force that shot wide. Again, just a really heads-up play by, only a sophomore, too. Again, she's going to have another solid 2 years here at TA after this year. So, again, really exciting both present and future here for TA in the keeper's box.
Yeah, it's definitely one thing I've said a lot on Trojan Talk and before is that, this year is really one, a lot of, for a lot of teams across fall, winter, and spring sports. This is kind of the last year where a lot of seniors are going away, and the next couple of years are going to be more to sort of rebuilding and just with a lot of younger teams. But the way the girls soccer team is set up, you have players like Belanger and Lomax and T-Balt and Arsenal and Stoddard, who have all been starting this is their second year starting straight, and they're such impact players that they're going to have a great team next year and the year after, and even probably the year after that, just because they have so much depth on their team. And like we saw this year, even in a few games early in the season, we saw Layla True doing a great job in defense. So this girls soccer team has definitely a lot going for them this year, but also going to have a lot going for them in the next few years.
Thought we were going to have a penalty there. Looks like they've finally blown the whistle on that, so it's going to be a free kick for TA.
Yeah, they're letting TA play with them with the advantage, but they took it away, and Parks got a piece of that one. Belanger took a nice shot. It went wide. It'll be
so it could be a corner kick.
Yep, corner for the Trojans. So under 5 to go. TA still trying to add on to their lead.
Again, we did want to thank everyone that commented about where they're watching from tonight. We had some people, Zach, just from right across the river in Biddeford watching.
Really?
For Biddeford, yes. We do want to thank everyone. We're not just a TA broadcast. We are a everyone broadcast here.
That's true, right?
We just happen to be based out of TA. So, but yes, we're very happy to bring visiting teams some coverage of their teams as well this fall.
That corner goes all the way back out to the top of the box. And Belanger now going to try to stop Smith. Here's Belanger. Good moves. Belanger tried to put a cross on. And it's cleared away by by Srylan Thor. Belanger is fouled. I'm going to say a free kick for Belanger. This one on a little bit of a tough angle for the righty Belanger. That shot saved by Parks, but almost lost in her hands, and Arsenal was there. Parks able to hold on.
Yep, good positioning by Parks there in order to make a somewhat difficult save there for the Tigers.
Back for it is Fournier. Tardif got a piece of it, and good stop by Ayers on Tardif. Tardif on the far side, they're going to say out of bounds off of Biddeford. There'll be a goal kick for Lomax.
And we are nearing halftime here. We did want to remind everyone to stick around for our halftime show. We have the Webb Family Law Firm halftime show. Zach and I will share some thoughts about tonight's game. I think we'll have a quick preview of Saturday's big football matchup here, as we were mentioning. Big broadcast for TATV. Our first ever interstate game we'll be broadcasting, Zach. Yes. Another first for TATV this fall. Yeah. So we'll talk about that. Maybe we'll ask Zach for some picks on tonight's Thursday night football game we mentioned earlier. Yeah. He's already sweating it out, so we'll ask him for his thoughts on that. And certainly, again, we do hope you stay and check out our sponsors who do help to make all of this possible here at TATV and help to bring you this great live footage that we can bring you every fall, winter, and spring from the campus of Thornton Academy.
Definitely excited for some football tonight to give you some picks. But with 90 seconds left, TA might try to mount one more offensive attack. No foul there on that call. And here comes Biddeford for their first opportunities of this half. That one is cleared away by Fournier. And now here's Stoddard. Stoddard lost the battle for the ball. It's high in the air, headed by Belanger. Belanger gives to Ayers, but it's blocked by a Biddeford player. Fournier clears to Gonville. Gerard tried to tip it down here. Gonville almost got a piece of it. Under a minute to go. Arsenal goes backwards to T-Ball. T-Ball now sending a ball through to Stoddard. It's headed right to Gonville. Gonville was had too much momentum going forward, had to turn back. She couldn't get a piece of it. The ball had a little bit of spin on it too, so ends up out of bounds. Still be a throw-in for the Trojans. Littlefield with 40 seconds. Littlefield, long throw to Stoddard, goes right over Stoddard, and there's a good block there by Ella Burnell to allow Parks to pick it up as we get to 20 seconds. Biddeford trying to clear away. Tardif going towards it. Tardif trying to gain some speed on the far side. Down to 10. Maybe one more chance for Belanger. Here comes Belanger. 5 seconds. Puts one through to Stoddard, but blocked away, and Biddeford will clear. So that'll do for the first half. TA is leading 3-0. 2 goals from Sarah Rich. We will have a break here on TATV. We'll be back with some halftime thoughts and some stats, and then we'll have the second half of girls varsity action here on TATV. Stick with us.
Hey, Dan. How's that proposal coming?
Just finished. I am sending it right now.
Okay, good. Oh, no. How are we looking for noon? We got like 2 minutes. Dan.
Run over here.
Is this my room? Wow, Dad! Is this your room?
Why TAMS? Respect, responsibility, compassion, investment. At TA Middle School, our pillars are the cornerstone of our school community. We do not simply have our pillars written on our walls. They are part of the fabric of everyday life at TAMS. Student recognitions are based on the pillars. Our consequences are based on the pillars. We spend considerable time with our students helping them define and understand what our pillars mean and what they look like in our school community. Our pillars provide students with a foundation to help them grow socially, emotionally, and navigate through what can sometimes be an awkward and difficult stage of adolescence. Our goal at TAMS is to help students become respectful, responsible, compassionate, and invested young adults in the classroom, on the playing field, and on the stage. Our pillars embody who we are and who we want to be. Learn more about why TAMS at thorntonacademy.org/TAMS.
And welcome back to our halftime show presented by the Webb Family Law Firm here at TATV. We are here at Dr. Paulus Hill Jr. Stadium on the chilly. I will dare say this is the first time we have used the word chilly this year, Zach.
I don't want to hear it.
I'm sorry, we're saying it. It's facts here. It's a chilly night here at TA. And again, the girls soccer team here with a commanding 3-0 lead over the crosstown rivals, the Biddeford Tigers. So while we have a few moments here before halftime, roughly about a minute before the second half kickoff, Zach, we got a big matchup tonight on fantasy. Let's start with the Fantasy Football League and also the start of week 2 of the NFL season. Big matchup. We have the Kansas City Chiefs squaring off against a team that a lot of, I would say commentators and analysts are saying is going to be an up-and-coming team here in the AFC West, the San Diego, I said San Diego Chargers. Hey,
what is this?
Los
What is this,
Angeles
3 years
Chargers.
ago? Oh, my goodness.
Listen, I in my day it was always San Diego, Zach. So Los Angeles Chargers. I'm gonna go Chargers tonight, Zach. What do you got?
All right. So first off, I want to say I got Herbert tonight in my fantasy team.
Yes.
He's gonna go off. So I'm gonna start. I'm starting a new thing here. Every game that we do, I'm gonna go aggressive. I'm gonna go at it, and I'm gonna give you my picks. I am saying Chargers all the way. 20-plus point win.
What?
The Chiefs are not ready for this defense.
Okay.
Their defense played great. I don't know if you know this, but Oakland played. No, oh my God, I said Oakland.
Oakland. Oh.
Las Vegas. The Raiders played fantastic, and they lost. They played fantastic, and they lost. That's how good the Chargers are. He didn't even have to use Keenan Allen and Mike Williams in the first week. Allen is out. Doesn't matter. Mike Williams is going to step up. Chargers win. My guess is 35-13. The Chiefs just have no answer. Juju Smith-Schuster's nowhere to be found.
Wow.
Chargers move to 2-0.
Okay, well, I'm not going to go that aggressive. I think the Chargers win. I think my personal belief is for these Thursday night games, it is such a quick turnaround for an NFL team to go finish a game on a Sunday, get prepped, travel, and then be ready for a Thursday night game in 4-day turnaround. To me, that is just it's a really big ask for these guys. And I know they're professional athletes, but it is so tough. So I'm going to go Chargers at home.
They're at Kansas City.
Oh, they're at Kansas City? Fine. You know what?
Don't change. You can't change. Oh, my goodness. He's changing. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Chiefs 28-21.
I disagree.
I think I must have read my app wrong. I thought it said Chargers at home.
I did too. That long shot there is right over the bar by T-Bolt. So
yeah, I reserve the right to change my mind.
All right.
Game hasn't started. So yeah, Chiefs 28-21.
Some very differing picks there from us for football. But for this game.
Who are you picking here, Zach, second half?
Oh, I mean, I got to go with the home team, my favorite team, the Thornton County Golden Trojans.
I do too. I think TA's got a pretty good command of this. If I had to guess the strategy here of Coach Charlotte, I'd say she probably drops back. Definitely plays 4 back on defense at least, and really just tries to really control the clock here and kind of seal this one away here for TA. And again, it's a good win. They haven't played since the Bonnie Eagle game, which was a tough game for them. They come back from a 3-1 deficit on the road in tough playing conditions on a natural grass pitch. And again, for TA to have a gritty win out there against the Lady Scots and now being a commanding first half lead here, it's got to be very positive for the whole TA program and Coach Charland.
Good shot there by T-Balt. It's interesting you say that about TA trying to probably sit back and play more 4-back than 3-back. It is something that they've changed throughout games, and Coach Sean does a really good job at being able to read the game and where TA is, because sometimes they say, we need a goal or we want to score right now. Let's put 3 in the back and send one player up, and then they say, oh, we need some defense. We'll change it back to 4-back, and these players know exactly what to do and how to play those different formations. So you're right, though. I agree. I think at some point they'll, after the first few minutes, even if they probably score another goal or two, we'll go back to the 4-back and just kind of sit back in this one. Don't want to give up any extra goals. Don't want to make mistakes, and just want to finish a good game so far. If you weren't with us for the first half, Sarah Rich had 2 goals. The first one was kind of off a couple of Biddeford legs, but Sarah Rich was in a great position in front of the net to put that goal in. Then Stoddard picked up on a Biddeford mistake right in front of the net to make it 2-0. And then later in that half, Sarah Rich does what she does best, cut inside, and had a beautiful shot to the close post. Nothing those goalies are going to do about it. We saw the same thing in that Kennybunk game. She had 2 goals in that one, and nothing the keeper could do there. And so that put T up 3-0 in the first half. Ava Lomax, only one save, was an important one on Tardif in the first half. And then TA, also interesting note, had 2 crossbar hits in the first half, one by Stoddard and one by Belanger. So they've had a lot of changes in this game, and they are still looking strong here to maybe score a few more goals as we're only a few minutes in. We want to thank all of our sponsors here on TATV. The Webb Family Law Firm, who just hosted our halftime show, will host our quick post-game show at the end of the game. And then Packwell and Carroll Insurance and Saco and Biddeford Savings, who have been sponsors of TATV here for, I believe this is their 3rd year, maybe 2nd year. I think it's 2nd year. But if you ever want to sponsor us here on TATV, or you want us to run a commercial, or just get your local business out there, you can always contact or message one of the TA social media accounts. That's the best way to reach out. And you could also message jeff.christianberry@thorntonacademy.org or josh.pulsifer@thorntonacademy.org, the 2 co-general managers of TATV. TA now on the attack on the far side. Here's Gonville looking in for a cross. Stoddard was there. Gonville is going to step back and give it to T-Balt. T-Balt has it now. Here's T-Balt. Biddeford tried to take away. The ball bounced with some backspin on it, so Rich has a chance at it. Rich, nice cut move, gives a pass back. Here's Belanger's shot. It's just over the bar. Another good opportunity there for Charlotte Belanger, who has 2 goals this season for the Trojans.
Nice to see TA keeping up that pressure that they really sustained throughout the first half. They've jumped right back out here in the first opening 5 minutes of the second half and really haven't let up just yet. Certainly looks like they're only playing 3 backs still. So, again, it'll be interesting, as we noted, to see when they do make that shift. I'm sure they will at some point here in the second half.
Pressure on one of the Biddeford defenders, decides to kick it out of bounds. It'll be a corner now for the Trojans.
And again, Zach, we were mentioning earlier while we have a second here, our big broadcast Saturday will be our next one here, live from Hill Stadium. We'll be going live around 1:15 p.m., about 15 minutes before the kickoff. Thornton Academy Golden Trojans will be looking to avenge only, and again, this is just an interesting stat for the football team, it's only their 2nd loss since 2017.
Wow.
And their only other loss in that time was
Bonnie Eagle.
Bonnie Eagle in the 2019 state championship. So again, only their 2nd loss since 2017. So quite the streak that the Golden Trojans football program has been on here. And
that shot there by T-Ball she was on the line there and trying
tough angle.
Yeah, not a good angle, but really good opportunity there.
Yeah, so again, just a great streak here by Thornton Academy Golden Trojans football team, and certainly they'll be looking to avenge it. Zach, they have not, again, this to speak about the importance of this game. You never want to put too much on an early season game, but they have not been under 500 since the mid-2000s. If they were to lose on Saturday, they would be 1-2 and under 500 for the first time in over 15 years.
That is
so. Just to put that
daunting.
in perspective as well.
Yeah.
Yes. So not too much pressure on the team, but but also just what a goal!
Beautiful shot by Rich. What a goal!
And what a celebration!
Yeah,
as well.
nice celebration, cleaning the cleat, and yeah, the keeper was just in a bad position, and it's hard sometimes to get that angle to be able to jump up there. Sarah Rich, the junior, scores her 3rd of the game, completing the hat trick, and that is her 5th of the season, now tied for 1st with Stoddard for leading the Trojans in goals with 5.
She is just off to a torrid start this season. Again, again, all of her shots just with a different creative approach here tonight. So, great play there by TA's defense to break up that opportunity by the Tigers. But again, to get back to Rich, again, she's just so dynamic from all over the field, Zach. It's just tough to game plan against her if you're an opposing team.
Yeah, definitely. TA has so many weapons that sometimes, they're trying to guard Belanger, who's moving to the midfield, and that leaves Rich open. That's why she's gotten 3 goals today and helping TA to this nice 4-0 lead. Biddeford with a little bit of pressure there off that play starting at midfield. Now Rich will get another break, and Arsenal will check back on. We have a second here. I just, that 15 years without under 500 is tough. But the one thing I got to say, and if any of the football players are listening to this, which I doubt any of them are listening at.
Looks like a lot of them are here, Zach.
Yeah, I would assume so. But even if they are under 500, they played so well in the Oxford Hills game. I know they're going to play well this weekend versus Bedford, even if they were to lose that game. Obviously, they've played some great teams, but they've had they're probably going to have two of their best opponents in the first 3 weeks, and that's just the way the schedule works out. So if they do lose, or if it doesn't go out the way they want it to, just keep high hopes because there's still a lot of games left, and I know TA is going to have a good season.
And I think the old saying is true.
That one hits the crossbar. That was a cross in from T-ball. Arsenal almost got one, and it was a good save there by Parks.
But you don't win the championship in week 3, Zach.
That is true. Here's Belanger. Belanger shoots and hit the yellow bar.
I don't think I've ever seen more crossbars hit, whether it's the yellow or the white, Zach, in a game in some time.
So.
Great opportunities for by TA. Again, I'm loving their aggressiveness here tonight. Do you have the official shots on net, Zach, or unofficial stats
shots
here?
on net, I do not. I know there is. They're at 28 total. I would say there's probably been about 8 or 10 shots, at least, on goal. I know that a lot. Again, we talked about it earlier. That even though they had a lot of pressure, a lot of their shots early on were just going a little too wide, a little over the top of the bar. So I would say a good 10 to 15 shots on goal today. And again, 4 goals sometimes doesn't depict how great they've played. Arsenal was right there in the box. Good defense there by Biddeford, number 12 on the roster. Let me see. That is Hannah Smith. Really good game today from the Trojans and a great game from Rich. And it seems like in every game that TA plays this year, one player shines above, but doesn't outshine the rest of the Trojan team, right? So obviously Rich has 3 goals, but Stoddard has 1, and T-Ball and Belanger have played really well. We saw in one of the games earlier this season, El Jowett had a goal or 2, and Belanger had a goal, and so they were the stars, but it didn't overshadow some of the defensive players like Fournier or Coleman. So everybody makes an impact in every game, and that's why they're 3-1 and they're 4-0 in this game, because this team is just really, really good this year. And I am excited to see them play some tougher opponents here in the second half of the season, as well as go into the playoffs, because if I am correct, the first few rounds would be at the site of the home team, which I think thinking TA will keep a pretty good record, should have some home games. So we'll have probably a couple playoff home games for the Trojans, which will be fun to watch.
Yeah, Hill Stadium is always a great atmosphere for any playoff game, for any sport. So, again, to host some here would be a great goal here for the Golden Trojans. And, ooh, hard foul there by TA. That will be a free kick for Biddeford.
Looking at some of the broadcasts we have for girls soccer coming up. So we still have, we have 2 more for the season. Both of them are coming late in the year. So we have a big break from the girls team just in the next few weeks. But in October, we have 2 girls soccer games, both against Gorham back-to-back, which is pretty, I mean, they're split apart a little bit in the day, so maybe TA has an away game or something in between, but 2 Gorham games. But they also have a game against Sanford coming up soon, and I will bring up here, I'll try to bring up their schedule for the rest of the year, but I know they have a game against Scarborough coming up, and that's a big one. I talked about it earlier. They beat Scarborough 2-1 in Scarborough in the playoffs last year with an upset win. So they do have some challenges coming up, but they should be able to win those games. Nice through ball was blocked down, but kicked out of bounds by Biddeford, allowing TA to get a corner kick. A giveaway opportunity for Biddeford. TA now is going to have a nice corner kick. Down to 28 minutes to go in the second half. If you're just joining us, I'm Zach Tarenko here with Josh Pulsfer on TATV, bringing you some regular season girls varsity soccer action. And we did talk about it earlier, but if you didn't hear the time, I'll say one more time. Bedford, New Hampshire, TA boys football on Saturday at 1:30. We'll start at 1:15 on TA TV. It's a shot by Gonville right over the net, so Parks will have a goal kick. That's a big game. I always say this, is that it'd be great for you to watch us on TA TV. We love the viewers, but if you can make the game, I would make the game because it's a really cool atmosphere on football weekend games where a lot of people from the community can come out. The energy gets really high, and it should be a good game this weekend. So if you can make the game, I would definitely try to come to Hill Stadium on the campus of Thorne Academy. But if you can't, you can always watch us on TA TV.
And if you go to the game, you could always come back here after and watch the game.
You can always do
we're
that.
We're always looking for views.
Yeah, if you said, this was what a 100-yard touchdown pass. I don't know, something crazy by Ryan O'Keefe or Caden True or something crazy for TA. You can always go back and watch those. Those are, I believe, those are all on, I think, on every platform except for Twitter. I think YouTube.
Correct.
YouTube, Facebook, both keep all of our games, so you can always go back and watch them. I would recommend YouTube, as you can kind of slide through the game a little bit easier than Facebook. Parks are going to pick this ball up as Starr tries to get a shot off. She'll finally be able to pick it up as Arsenal was right there. But you can always go back to Facebook, YouTube, or the Boxcast app on Amazon Fire Stick or Roku TV. And again, just go to the Boxcast app on either of those platforms. Just look up Thorne Academy, and all of our games should be there. Here is Corvu for TA. Back and forth play in the last 5 or 6 minutes for both teams. TA trying to switch the point of attack to Littlefield. We did talk about this last night. After the football game, we will have a pretty decent week break for TATV, as the next game after that is September 23rd, boys soccer versus Falmouth, which I think is the Thursday after. So we have a good 4 or 5 day break. And if you might be saying right now, oh my goodness, I can't believe we have to go 5 days without hearing Zach's voice, or hearing Josh Paulsford's voice, or hearing Jeff Christianberry's voice, or even Cole Purvis's voice, who he's been with us.
I have a place where
games.
we could hear our voices.
Where is it?
I think that's called Trojan Talk.
Oh my goodness, is it called Trojan Talk? Because that's what I was just about to say.
I believe it's on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
And the video version is on YouTube.
That's also true.
And I think it's coming out tomorrow.
That's the rumor on the street right now.
That is the rumor. Shot there by Stoddard to save, and then a shot by Arsenal's another save. And there's a long one by T-Bolt and hit
another crossbar.
Another crossbar. That one,
if you had 5 crossbars hit in this game on your bingo card, Zach, you just won.
Yep, you just won. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think there's been more off the yellow one than off the actual crossbar for the goal today.
Now, what I want to know, Zach, is this: do people think we actually rehearsed that promo for Trojan Talk, or do they think we ad-libbed it just now live?
I really hope they know that we just came up with that on the spot. You had no idea what I was about to say, and I had no idea you were going to do that. So
Listen,
that was just on the spot.
That's called that on-air chemistry, Zach.
That
you
is,
you just kind of anticipate what's going to happen next. Zach, you might have a career in this, one day.
Yeah, one day. But as we were saying earlier, Trojan Talk will be out some point tomorrow, maybe even Saturday. We'll see if we can get it edited in time. But we have a lot of talk, especially about the NFL Week 1, some other topics as well, and some updates on some sports. And as we said earlier, that interview with Renee Gonville and Emily Coleman, which is I did get to listen to it, and it was very interesting. So you can always go check that out on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or the YouTube, the video version on YouTube. Again, that is Trojan Talk. Call foul there on T-Bolt for the push on number 26. That's Gabby Smith. Be a free kick around the 25-yard line for the Tigers. Down 4-0 right now. Not a lot of light at the end of the tunnel, but Biddeford could get some good opportunities here. And the one thing I always say is that even if you're down by this much, and it's happened for TA before in the past, it's happened to teams they've played, it's the best time to try new things, try new formations, try new plays, try a crazy, run in on a corner kick or something like that, just because you can see where those things work, and it might actually turn into something for your team.
It'd also be a good thing for, a team that's losing in Biddeford's case for them tonight, to build some momentum towards the next game. Again,
Definitely.
if you can end on the last 20 minutes, really dominating possession and getting some great shots and perhaps even outscoring TA in the last 20 minutes, that's something that you can kind of hang your hat on and say, look, guys, we finished strong, and now let's take that momentum into our next contest and, really start off that next one on the right foot versus, putting ourselves down in a hole early.
22-25 to go in the second half. Again, T still has that 4-0 lead. 3 from Rich and 1 from Stoddard. Decent amount of subs here. And it also looks like a keeper is warming up for the Trojans. And if I had to guess, I would say that is Emily Probst, who I believe is acting as the backup goalkeeper, as Emma Barnes is not here tonight for the Trojans. Smith goes down for Biddeford, and she's down the field, so an injury timeout. And the certified athletic trainer here at TA will go over. That is Tony Giordano. While we have a second and both teams will kind of circle up and talk, I want to let you know that if you want to get any information or news about any TA sports or information or just about some of the updates and scores of some of the games here, both home and away, you can always go follow Thornton Academy Athletics on Twitter at TA Trojan Sports, or you can go follow my own personal page where I do have a lot of those updates. That is at Zach, Z-A-C-H _ Taranko, T-A-R-A-N-K-O. I will be updating people throughout the next couple of weeks about where the teams are with updates on their records, who's got the goals, stuff like that. Looking as we get closer and closer to the playoffs, as I know we're only about 4 or 5 games into the season, but we're closing in on halfway through most of these seasons. And the one thing we talked about the other day was golf is, I think, halfway done at this point.
Yes. Yes.
They had a match today with Gorham Metsako and Biddeford Country Club, but their season wraps up really quick. The state championships is really when kind of the other teams are kind of ending their regular season. So
yeah, golf is done by mid-October. The whole state championships, individual tournament, everything. So I was actually talking to one of our golf players I had in class today, and he was saying that it's we're already more than 3/4 of the way done the regular season. So it is a short season for them, but. Again, you got to figure they've really got to finish up everything before any real frost hit to damage courses and obviously that kind of stuff. So again, tough, quick season for them, but they very competitive, and TA's looking really good right now for the golf season too. So unfortunately, we can't live stream golf. I would love to live stream.
I would love to.
If I had an event that we could do here at TA that we've never been able to really live stream, golf would be it. But that is a logistical nightmare from a live streaming perspective. So. But certainly we're cheering on Coach Kamari and the entire golf program. They're going to they're definitely have a deep run here in the playoffs this fall.
One cool thing we could do is, I know we couldn't do it live, obviously, but we could go take some video and just kind of like do our own little.
Like a documentary of sorts.
Like over video commentary of just like giving some updates and showing some video of some of the players, because. The golf program has so many kids, and they do such a great job, and they practice and they prepare, and they for those matchups and everything. So
do you know where we could also talk to someone, Zach, for golf?
Where?
Trojan Talk.
Oh my goodness. It's almost like in the next couple of weeks
there will be a golfer.
Yep.
It's like we had that scheduled.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, I mean, I don't even know. This stuff is just popping out of the air. Like, I don't even know where it's coming from.
This is a great session here,
It
Zach. But yes, no, seriously, we definitely, I know Mr. Christian's gotten some great photos already of the golf team.
Yes.
So video to follow along with some guests on Trojan Talk. So
here is Arsenal. That was Hannah Smith trying to stop Hall. Hall is checked out of bounds, and that'll be a free kick opportunity.
Yep.
And so it looks like Gabby Smith, number 26, is okay and on the sidelines for Biddeford, so that is good to see. And they'll let T-Balt take it. This one is very close to the sideline, down to just about 20 minutes to go in the second half. T-Balt, her kick. Curves back in, and Corvo almost got a foot on that one, and it's going to roll all the way, and it'll be a throw in on the far side. So not the best free kick there, but almost an opportunity for the Trojans, and still trying to get some offense here. I mean, Coach Charlotte is still pushing forward, and we did talk about thinking that she might sit back a little bit. And I think maybe they've done a little bit of that today, but they're still going into their bench and using all their subs and feeling confident in their team.
Yeah, it's they've got some nice momentum built here. It might be just a case of why ruin a good thing while it's happening here. And again, they're gelling right now. They're playing really well as a collective group. So it might just be a simple decision. Like, you know what? Let's just keep it going here. We're doing pretty well.
Definitely. Here comes Tardif. Tardif now with a chance at a one-on-one. Tardif going to have to find a move. Tardif's going to try to get by Fournier. She is on the outside. Good defense by Fournier to force her outside, and then Fournier is able to clear it away, and it stays in bounds. But for now, let's try to reset here. Tardif trying to put a cross inside. Kicked away by Ayers. And then sent up the line here is Belanger. Here goes Arsenault. Brianna Arsenault to T-Balt. T-Balt with some speed now. Here goes T-Balt. Quincy T-Balt. She is pushed down. And they're going to say that it was no foul. So it'll be kicked out of bounds by a Biddeford player and be a corner kick for the Trojans. We love to shout out some players here on TATV when we get a chance. And I want to shout out one of the TA football players, one of the I think number one or starting a cornerback, but also one of the one of the state champions for baseball, the TA baseball team, Henry Lozier, who just committed to play baseball at Husson University next year. Really awesome opportunity for him, and again, congratulations to Henry to go to play baseball. But also, he was a really big part of not only that state game, but that state championship team last year, who won for, I think, the first time in, was it? It was
the baseball team is their first ever state championship.
Was it really the first time?
Yep, they have 21 record in their first ever baseball state title here in the long and storied history of baseball here at TA. So again, quite the accomplishment by that team last spring.
Yeah, I knew it had been a while, but I didn't know that they had never won one before.
Nope. Henry also had perhaps the greatest catch last spring sports season for baseball. He had if you recall, a Jim Edmonds grab for the Angels way back in the day, kind of behind the head, almost Willie Mays-esque catch, diving, leaping catch in one of the state playoff games. It might have been the Class A South final. Again, just an outstanding play he made to really preserve a win there for the Golden Trojans. So, again, congrats to Henry, and he'll be continuing his baseball career here after he's done football and baseball here at TA this year.
Yeah. That's what's always cool and really interesting is that, like, some of these players who, it may be, sad that they don't get to play any high school sports, but they know they're going to go to the next level and get to play college. So their senior season is really more of just like let's go out there and have fun and just play as hard as we can. And that baseball team still looks good this year as well. They had a lot of players, specifically pitcher Josh Kopetsky, Henry Lozier, and then Owen Critchley, who all had, were all really impactful for that state championship team last year.
Yeah, TA lost a lot, led by Cody Bowker last fall. Again, one of the best players, and he was, again, the best player in the state of Maine last year. His name, Mr. Baseball and Gatorade Maine Player of the Year. But, again, they're going to bring back a really talented group this year, so they're going to look to defend that title.
I feel like we're going around the horn today. We're just talking about every TA sport. It's all about shout-outs. It's all about,
Hey, we love to recognize as many teams as we possibly can.
Yeah. T-Balt scores that
goal.
One from at least 25 yards out. Took a chance on a shot and put one behind. T-Balt getting her 5th of the year, her first of the game. So right as we got back to looking at the action, it was a goal for TA number 5 in the game. And as we are at 15:59 to go in the second half.
Again, great shot by T-Bolt there. She was roughly 30 yards out from the net. And again, just a great high arcing shot. Really nothing that Parks there could do for Biddeford. Just, again, out of her reach there. And again, TA just kind of putting maybe perhaps the exclamation mark here on tonight's, again, great offensive performance. And again, that I dare say, Zach, they're looking to move to 4-1 here. This is going to be perhaps their trademark of this season is, again, they have a very high octane offense. That's going to be tough for any team here in Class A South to stop.
Looks like Hannah Smith is down. She's up and okay. I think they're gonna. I don't know if they called a foul on that play, but it should be.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be just a free kick here.
Yeah, free kick for Biddeford. Oh, and he is giving a yellow card out.
A little late on that, but.
And it's going to Sidnor. I'm not sure why it's going to Sidnor.
She's going to have to sit now.
I'm not sure what that was on. To be honest, I thought the foul came from Corvu, who tackled the player, and Coach Sean seems to be confused as well. I'm not sure.
We unfortunately don't have our replay up tonight, so I can't go back and fire up our replay here real fast. We're a little short-staffed here tonight, but we will hopefully get that sorted out.
Corvu clears it forward, and they call it a handball. So another free kick for Biddeford now. Still trying to figure it out on the sidelines. I'm really not sure where Sidnor was at on that play. I definitely do think that there was a foul there. I don't think, and obviously the yellow card, obviously a player has to go off, but it's not anything out of this world. Like this, a red card is not. I mean, sorry, a yellow card is not something crazy, especially in a game like this. Here's Smith, the shot, and a save by the keeper. That is Probst. But still interesting to see that happen. Yellow cards aren't given out very often. Here's Corvu, lost control of it, but is able to keep it. Here's Stoddard. Probst. So I'm actually not sure who's in goal for Thornton Academy. I thought it was Probst, but she's Probst on the field. It might be Cora Culvert. Again, our roster is a little bit wonky today. A lot of players swinging up because of injuries, and obviously we didn't really have a list of who was injured. We just had to see who wasn't on the sidelines. But whoever is in goal for TA had a really nice save right there. Here comes Biddeford. Corvu gets to it first. Coleman tries to clear it forward, and that's a nice ball that ends up going right to Belanger, and Belanger's kick is wide, but really good opportunity. That's actually Gonville on that one. And looks like Sidnor will check back in for Coleman. This kick goes in to T-Balt. T-Balt with some speed. Cutting back to the center, looks for the pass. Almost got it to Hall, but it's cleared away to Tardif for Biddeford. Ball goes to Gonville, tipped out of bounds and by Labby. the far side, here's Stoddard. Stoddard is stopped. Good defense there by Biddeford. That was number 11. I believe that was Bouffard. May have been Katie Dallaire. Good tackle by Corvu. Here's Probst. T-Bone trying to turn. Good defense there by Amber Hewitt. Corvu fighting through the check. And Probst trying to keep it in bounds. It'll go out. Will be a throw-in for Biddeford, and 2 subs come on. That is number 10, who is not listed on our roster, and number 5, Sarah Labby for Biddeford. Could be a JV player, getting some time in this game for Biddeford.
Looking ahead here, Zach, at TA's schedule, who is next on their docket here, again, on this early season campaign?
Off the top of my head, I believe it's Sanford, but because I do have an electronic device available, I will figure it out.
I knew those iPads would come in handy one day.
Yeah. Sometimes the Wi-Fi up here is tough. I know we do wired connection to get these broadcasts, because if you didn't know, wired connection is a lot better than wireless connection. Hey, you learn something every day. But yeah, sometimes it can be tough up here. So Thornton Academy girls soccer. Looking at the roster here, as we have a corner kick by T-Bolt.
And we do apologize. T-Bolt's a little off camera there. We just don't have a great vantage point.
That one just doesn't get inbounds enough, and it's going to be a goal kick. I was right. They play Sanford at home on Tuesday next week, so a little bit of a break. Then on Thursday, the 22nd, they're at Falmouth. Falmouth does have a good team as well. And then Saturday, the 24th, they are at Wyndham, which is another good game for them. Then Tuesday, they are at Westbrook, Tuesday the 27th. And then they have Thursday, the 29th, at Scarborough. That might be a game I might go and watch away, because that'll be a really good rematch of last year's playoff game. And then obviously Deering at Thornton. Thornton at Massabesic, and they end off with 2 games at home versus Gorham and Portland. So actually not 2 games versus Gorham, 1 versus Gorham, 1 versus Portland. So lots of games. I know there's a lot of information right at you, but the highlights there is they have Sanford next on Tuesday, September 20th. Then they have that game at Scarborough the 29th. That's on Thursday at 6:30. And then they end the season with 2 home games that we'll do here on TATV. Friday, October 14th, and then Tuesday, October 18th. That is Gorham and Portland. So still some highlights and some good games coming up for the girls soccer team, with a total amount of games at, quick math here, that is 14 total games in the regular season. So about a quarter of the way through. A third of the way through, about.
Yep, it'll be 4-1 after tonight's contest. So, again, they're doing a pretty good job. So, again, on track for, again, like we were saying earlier, hopefully a home playoff matchup this year.
Definitely.
Boys soccer team also had a commanding win yesterday, Zach, in your guys' contest. I believe it was 6-0.
6-0, and very interesting, and also this is very rare, is that there were 2 hat tricks. Both hat tricks came from 2 different players, and all 3 goals were scored by each player in a different half. So
that is very interesting.
Joao Pavai had 3 goals in the first half, and they were all within about 15 minutes, and they didn't score the rest of the half. And the start of the second half, Vasco Malero scored 3 goals in 8 minutes, and that was 6-0. So pretty interesting. For what it's worth, it just doesn't happen a lot. It just so happened that 2 players had hat tricks, and they were both in very quick time, and they were both all in the same half. And some really nice goals, too. And we were talking about it on that broadcast is in between the play is that Pavai was very close to what some people might call a perfect hat trick, which is one goal with your left foot, 1 goal with your right foot, and 1 with a header. He had a header. He had a left foot, but then his other one was a left foot again. And so I think we called it a perfect hat trick because it was a nice 3 nice goals. But very close to what I think around the world. I think that's what they consider it around the world. I don't know. Never heard of that before. I know like in other sports, like for hockey, they call a natural hat trick when you score three goals in one period, or like they've also have the Gordie Howe hat trick,
Yes.
which is a goal,
An assist,
and a fight.
and a fight.
If you know Gordie Howe, you know he was a fighter. But that cross comes in from Charlotte Belanger. It is out of bounds. I took a look here in the last minute or so at the broadcast for on Amazon Prime Video for the football game. It looks really nice.
I heard something that it was interactive, that there's going to be some interactive elements to it because it's on Prime.
Really?
Perhaps I'm mistaken. I could be speculating here, but I'll have to double check that when I get home.
Yeah. I mean, opening it up, it felt weird. I felt like I was going to watch a movie. I'm like, I'm not watching a movie here on Amazon Prime because Amazon Prime usually does not do live video stuff. It's really all just TV shows.
Correct.
And
it'll definitely be interesting. I think like something like us, our broadcasts are all web-based.
Yes.
And so again, they're kind of if we're being honest, Amazon Prime is kind of copying the TATV model.
Yeah. I know, right?
So we'll have to send requests for payment from Amazon, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see how many fans actually watch a game on an app that costs a good amount of money per year to watch. So definitely be some interesting media studies questions upcoming here with this fall season here with Amazon Prime and football.
The one thing I did read, I read, here's a good takeaway for Gonville before I get to my point. Looking for a shot by Belanger, blocked off the head of Biddeford player, and she's down on the field. Get the trainer out here. But as I was saying before, I read a couple articles, and they were saying that the most watched games are for across America are the Sunday games during the day and the Sunday night football game, because that's when people have time to watch the games.
Absolutely.
Less time on Thursday night and Monday night. So not really a big crowd of people not being able to watch this game. But Monday Night Football is still on ESPN, and all the football games, Fox and CBS still own the rights and are going to continue to own the rights to those games. So it's just one thing, and I think that these streaming services are trying to expand their reach. It's not just TV shows and movies. It's we just bought live TV, right? And Amazon, obviously a really big company, wanted to do something like that. We've seen some new like Peacock TV. We've seen Paramount Plus. They started buying off some shows like The Office, and so people had to go to Peacock TV to watch The Office. So it's just the way that we're working now. And I'm fortunate enough that I have Amazon Prime, so I can watch these, but.
I think the big question is going to be this for consumer confidence. It's like almost when is too many platforms too many? What's the breaking point? And I think with some of these, you're already starting to see mergers back, like Warner Brothers merged with Discovery, and they're going to form a new platform. And again, you're starting to see some of these companies already starting to merge back together again, because I just think they, consumers are going to be stretched too thin with some of them. So again, it'll be definitely I think an interesting point in time for broadcasts like us to kind of look back in history one day and say, like, remember the time when streaming really took off, and what happened, and again, which companies were able to make it out, and which ones unfortunately just weren't able to make the cut. So definitely an interesting case study starting tonight with Thursday Night Football on a streaming platform only.
It'll be interesting to see, and I know that every once in a while we talk about you get a Nickelodeon, like I think the Pro Bowl was on the Nickelodeon a couple years ago, and they were like sliming the players and stuff on the sidelines. It was.
Listen, I watched that with my kids, Zach. That was interesting.
Yep. There's a shot from Belanger that was wide of the post. Good opportunity there as we are under 5 to go, and we'll have a sub come on for Biddeford. But it's definitely interesting to watch, and it's something that I think will be looked at in the next couple of weeks and the next couple of years to see how that changes. But if you want to know about some of those things, if you want to listen to people talk about these crazy things happening in the world, I have a podcast for you.
I forget its name. What's it called again?
It's called Trojan Talk.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah.
We talked about this actual thing. We were just talking about it. We talked about it in a little more depth on our recent episode. We also talked about some other interesting topics, like what did you think about the Texas Longhorns players Obviously not their players, but the Alabama players doing the horns down symbol after that game, and Nick Saban swore on national television, which was funny to see. But then, what's that reaction? How does that impact, taunting and celebrations? We talked about should the captain role, the honor of being captain on a professional team, be given to the best player or to a leader on the team?
I say leader.
That's
right there.
Yeah, that was. But if you want to listen to and hear about some of those topics, Trojan Talk is the podcast for you.
We just gave people a great primer into our world of Trojan Talk. That was a great preview right there.
Yeah. we do talk about a lot of the things happening, and I feel like every week there's always something to talk about. But then every once in a while we get those questions like that, like questions that make you think about, like, who should the captain be given to, and if you're going to start a franchise with, if you were starting an NFL franchise and you could have a pick of any player, who would your quarterback be? And if you could get a defensive player, who would that be? And who's the greatest, basketball player of all time? Like we do some of those crazy ones just to get people thinking, and we do have a lot of fun on Trojan Talk. On the far side, Belanger gets to it first. There's Gonville, who gets it to Belanger now. Belanger's going to go back to Ayers. Ayers gets pressure by Smith. And now Gonville has it. Gonville looking to try to find a pass. It's going to go back. And now Tardif is in a race for it with Sidnor. Good play by Sidnor. Ayers cuts back and puts a pass in to Corvu. Corvu's there. Corvu, good move. Looking to try to get a shot off. But Parks was able to grab it before she could get to it. Corvu was looking for a first of the season.
Yeah, it's a good bid by her. Just, again, Parks just kind of cut her off there right at the end. But, again, great hustle by Corvu.
It is 5-0 TA right now in this game. And TA has just played a great game overall throughout the entire games. We're down to about 90 seconds here.
They absolutely have. Zach, I might be remiss if I didn't mention this on air for all of our friends and viewers at home on TA TV, but I believe Zach is he's stepping up to the big time here. Zach is, again, I just wanted to publicly congratulate Zach. He's gotten a media assistant job with the Maine Mariners of the East Coast Hockey League here in Portland this winter. Zach, can you give our friends at home a little taste of what your duties might entail?
Yeah, so I really was interested in getting some kind of job or some work and some view at that kind of media stuff, because if you couldn't guess me, that's what I want to do when I get into college is broadcasting and sports communication, that kind of thing. So I got a really awesome opportunity to work with the Mariners as kind of an assistant, just helping out with the media and how that, the broadcast team and all that stuff during some of the home games this season. So I'm really appreciative of the Mariners for letting me join their program this year, and I'm excited to get going. I know that they don't start until late October, so I still have some time before that starts, but really excited for that. And hockey is my favorite sport, and I followed the Mariners the last couple of years. They are the affiliate, the East Coast Hockey League affiliate of the Bruins, so that's pretty cool. And I'm really excited to get going.
Yeah. And, I just wanted to publicly congrats Zach, all of us at TATV here, myself, Jeff Christianberry, and Cole Purvis. And shout out to you, Zach, on air. I know you never mentioned that yourself, so you're. But again, congrats for real, and you're going to do great things in the broadcast industry. Sounds like starting in October. So.
Yeah. Into college, although I'll let you know. Like the other night, I was thinking to myself, like, one of these days, I'm gonna have my last boys soccer and girls soccer and football and field hockey broadcast.
We always say senior year is always a year of lasts.
It is, yeah.
So it's always kind of like, oh man, that was my first day of school. You've already had that, and now you're gonna be like, oh, that's my last boys soccer or girls soccer broadcast.
Yeah.
It goes quick. It definitely goes quick, but enjoy the next 9 months. That's kind of what we always say to our seniors here at TAG.
We are down to 12 seconds here. And TA just moved the ball around a little bit. And as the time winds down, that is going to do it. So a very good game from Thornton Academy. They win 5-0. They moved to 4-1 on the season. And that was a good game overall. 3 goals from Sarah Rich, 1 from T-Balt and 1 from Stoddard. And Biddeford unfortunately falls to 1-4, but a great game from their keeper, Sarah Parks. And from here on, from TATV, I am Zach Turenko with Josh Paulsfer. Thanking you for watching this broadcast of TATV. I know we talked about a lot of things today. Felt like we covered a lot of grounds, gave you all that Trojan Talk stuff, but we are excited for this upcoming game this weekend. Again, Saturday, 1:30, boys football versus Bedford, New Hampshire. It's going to be a great game, so join us for that on TATV. But for tonight, thank you all for watching, and we will see you all on Saturday.